Alright, sick. So we're just jumping in game here at the moment. Just let us know on the stream, guys, if there's any problems with anything like the sound or
audio.
microphones are too loud.
Even video.
Let's just turn the volume down just a little bit, real quick. Alright guys, so we're just going to read out the teams here real quick. Sitting for Orphan Beats, we have Opium City, Keen, Dead Soul, Tux and Sabo. And Jeremy, just read out the Terrace for us.
Yeah, sure. Terrace team consists of the brilliant, we've got what, DM, I don't know who DM is, TTHUB, Bean, SGC, and Politics, as well as, I've missed one, haven't I?
TTHUB is the last one. Yeah, D-Field is probably the last one.
Yep.
So we're just going to go live here at the moment. So just a little bit of update. These two teams here are very close to get out of groups. You know how normally there's two teams in a group of four who are just like going to be that pretty close, and they're going to be fighting it out for the top two spots.
Nice neck and neck.
Yeah, and these guys are going to be absolutely neck and neck. So it looks like it might be just a bit of a nana push here at the moment. Just watching Bean, he's just posted himself up there. Very good strat, because a lot of the times the CTs do push down, so the Ts are just going to play a little bit slowly. So it looks like they've chucked quite a lot of decoys up there through mid, and they're going to be walking up into B. It's an interesting strat. I don't think the CTs have fallen for it so far. If you have a look at the mini map, they're just scrolling around. And here we go. Here comes the execution as we just get an entry frag there straight away from DM. Tux managed to take him down, spamming through the smoke with a nice headshot. That's a 1-for-1 trade, but the Ts have gotten in the site, which is exactly what they want to do. Tux has to get a frag here, and he does exactly that, so the CTs do definitely have a chance of coming back. But Bean's just sitting here with the top banana. A good spot to sip, and Sabo takes him down. Fortunately for Bean, they're missing him. Tux gets a frag as well. Politics gets smacked down. 3 down for Tux. First one straight away, Jeremy. See you, mate.
What a glorious retake there on by the CTs. I mean, that Nana push from the Ts was superb. They played it to perfection. Really made sure that their opponents there weren't committed to that B, and then they just snuck up on them and took it. Good little plant there, but the holding from what's it called, side room or whatever that is. It was fantastic.
Construction just in there. That worked out pretty well for them.
Yeah.
So 1-0 up there for the CTs. Like I was saying during the round as well, those frags from Tux at the start were absolutely crucial frags.
Oh, they certainly were.
Yeah, the Ts managed to get in the site, but once Tux got that frag straight away for the retake, it was a 4 versus 3 retake, and it went really pear-shaped the top of Nana. That was a crucial frag as well, and because that went down, it's absolutely stuffed.
Yeah,
so it looks like we're doing an old SK here at the moment. Bean's just trying to smack him down as Dead Soul gets a double net at SKC. D-Field gets taken down. Dead Soul gets a double kill there through carpets. Hasn't gone very well whatsoever. DM does get a nice frag onto Dead Soul though. Dead Soul screwing up just a little bit there. See if D-Field's going to try to run himself out of carpets. No, they're just going to start running away. Just switching back to Tux here. Having a quick look at their setups. Opium City rotating, which is exactly what he should be doing. Keen's a little bit far away from his teammate. He's trying to have a spam around. DM and D-Field doing a very smart thing here at the moment. They're just confusing the hell out of the CTs. Because sometimes, Jeremy, all you need to do literally is just sit and wait.
Yep.
And the CTs are gonna psych themselves out, which they have. You can see the two guys have rotated through. So these guys, DM and D-Field, are just gonna walk straight up mid. I do know that SJC from B1nkY B1LL does pride himself as a bit of a smart player. I think he's the caller for this team as well, so this is probably something that he's doing, but Tux has just been on fire here, so hopefully Tux is going to be able to take him out here at the moment. They're just walking up. I'm just going to have a look at it from Tux's perspective at the moment. Swing back. They've seen him though, a bit of spray happening down, and Tux gets taken down straight away. Needed that headshot, especially with 2 of them there, which didn't happen whatsoever. So the CTs are going to be rotating here at the moment. Opium City trying to get that frag down, trying to search for that headshot. Saving, it looks like he's got a pistol so he can buy himself an AWP in the future. Opium City pushing in. There's just one guy at the back there in gay spot. It's all up to D-Field now, but he's in a very strong position. He's also got the VG avatar, so it makes him 10 times better, but apparently not. VG getting smashed down there. And Opium City takes him out. Another good CT round.
Yes. CT's take second round on that scoreboard here, Chris.
Yeah, he's swapped back to the guy with the kit.
Some really beautiful stuff coming out from them there in that little retake. And yeah, third round coming to us shortly here on the first map of Inferno. I'm presuming you guys can hear that in the background. There's some good screaming here.
Yep.
At the good old MC LAN here at Russell Street.
So just to explain to you guys here at home who mightn't understand why Keen only had a pistol and an anti-eco, basically that's so he got to buy. Or, most likely, is because he's actually saving himself up for an AWP.
Yep.
So he can buy an AWP later on. You got a lot more money. You should, technically, you should win anti-ecos really easily. So,
yeah, one player having a pistol shouldn't make that much difference.
Shouldn't make that much of a difference, especially if he's near another player with a rifle. And, if he's a pretty good aimer as well, especially with a P250, he just straight away. So it's just like being an SJC, just putting on the pressure here at the top of Nana. Very, very standard strats going on at the moment. Just trying to have a look at the holds of these guys as well. We've got Keen sitting here a little bit by himself, which is something that I don't necessarily agree with too much, because he doesn't really have anywhere he can run back to. He has got his teammate here who can hopefully flash him out if the shit does hit the fan, and that looks exactly like what's going to happen at the moment. Let's look for Keen's thing. They're just chucking a few flashes up through mid. He's going to get a nice peek out. Take down D2. He should get the second frag. He does. Straight onto DM as well. Wonderful work there by Keen. It did manage to pay off for him. Sometimes risky does pay off. And Opium City pushes out and takes down Bean. That's a little bit of a surprise. SJC does reply though, and Politics replies with a frag as well. So let's see where the T's are going to be headed to at the moment. It's like Politics and SJC are going to group back up. They're going to hit through Dig, flashing through Dig. Let's see if we can get the entry frags here at the moment. The CTs are out of position yet again, but they are getting pushed through from behind, through the smoke by Deadsoul. Deadsoul gets one, gets taken down by SJC for the last frag, but Keen just cleans him up. Great work there by Deadsoul. Doing pretty well.
Great stuff from CT. It's just holding that spot. The positioning from Kane, like you said, was a little bit risky because he didn't have any. Like if they had have charged up through mid there, he would have been pretty screwed. But was very lucky in getting those quick 2 frags to open up that round for him here. 4th round coming our way. Currently following Mr. Tux as he just runs over to this side of the good old B bomb, and see what these T's are up to. Where are they going to be heading this round?
Look at that all. Look at that all.
Big players coming out. He's been flashed, so he's decided against the shot down mid there, and he's just going to back it over to the left-hand side. T's looking here to push up through onto this A side, coming in thick and fast. Here comes the AWP shot coming out from Kane, making it 2 in the back. There's some beautiful stuff here as the TC have successfully pushed around onto near this bomb site A here. They're being suppressed here with some M4 action, and boom, there we have it. Mr. Tetzel's on the job, as well as Opium City. So some huge plays coming out from Kane, that AWPer down mid, picking those players like you wouldn't imagine. And that's 4 in the bag now for CT, Chris. And T's having quite a rough time now.
Yeah, I get the feeling that T's are doing the right things strategically, but not so much teamwork wise, if that makes sense. Like, they're waiting at the top of mid, which I think was very good, which I mentioned before, and the frags are going okay, nothing amazing, but I just feel like maybe they're just getting out of and stuff's just not going quite well for them. It looks like a double nade down from Nana. The chicken is dead. Chicken's down. Just watching DM, we're going to see if he can get us some picks out. I'm very interested to see how the T's play this out. Whether they're going to be focusing on executions, because like I said, I know that SJC prides himself as a pretty smart player who can execute some good strategies, or whether they're just going to rely on the walk pick strat of the AWP. It looks like the CTs are actually going to pick. We're just waiting. Oh, pre-fire there, a little bit too early. Just waiting. The T's are smoked off. Very good strat by the CTs here. Delay the smokes. If you look, the round time's going to go down, 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 and down. There's going to be nothing to happen at all. But Sabo does get a kill. Politics is coming in, so it looks like they're trying to execute here at the moment. They're trying to find the right players. Deadsoul does get a frag. They are running straight up Tiggity. Looks like they've chucked one of those smokes over to try to smoke off Pit and Carpet's area. D-Field puts his pants a little bit. As, he does manage to get that frag. Oh, D-Field narrowly missing out on that one. It's all up to DM though. Quick scoping like a Modern Warfare 2 13-year-old expert there. As he's just looking into Dig, waiting for the CTs to peak. Once again, the CTs playing it smart, just waiting. They can't get psyched out by one player. So
25 seconds here on the clock. I mean, really all the CTs need to do is just hold that bomb and ensure they don't get picked off here. Nothing stupid. And from looking at this, they've kind of got this one in the bag. He's some fire coming out on the old side here. DM's missed 2 shots now in a row. He's got to reload. He's been flashed, and he's probably going to retreat. I'd be surprised if he doesn't just save this all, because it'd be pretty stupid to give it up in the dying seconds of the rounds. And that'll be 5 now to CT. Scoreboard, please. We're going to bring that scoreboard up for you, ladies and gentlemen. There you are. So, yep, DM has just backed on out of there. He's going to save that AWP, and hopefully he utilises it quite nicely in the next round. He's, like you said, that smoke was brilliant down Nanas. Like you said, just runs the clock down for T's, gives them very little options of what they want to do. If they push up onto Nana, it's completely blind. They have no idea what they're going to expect up there, and it could be the complete downfall of the T side. So they're not going to risk it. They went up mid, and once again they were met by some really good resistance and defensive work from the CTs. So next round, here we are. Chris, take it away.
Oh, both missed their AWP shots just. That's
for a second
like
time.
Pixels straight off.
Suns.
It's Scout Snipes or AWP India, which is AWP India here at the moment, as it is AWPing down mid. It looks like the CTs are trying to take it up as well. Just for a bit more information for those of you guys who are tuning in as well, if you run through a smoke in CSGO, the people on the other side of the smoke are going to see you first. So that's why running through a smoke is a really, really bad idea. The only time you ever run through a smoke is when you're forced into an execution, or you're throwing about 70,000 Hail Mary flashbangs.
It's an approximated figure, of course.
Switching Tux, he's just trying to walk up. The smoke at the top of Nana is the most common one. The smoke mostly down Nana is what used to do on Inferno CE, which was played in CGPL. I played that in Season 1.
Yep.
My team, you know, we pride ourselves on being pretty good at Inferno, and I think a lot of it was literally due to throwing that smoke down. Because what I could do on that map is we could throw a smoke down, and I could be the B rotator, and I could run away, and Yin could hold it by himself and re-smoke, and he could just hold that whole site by himself. Yep. So that's why that smoke is so absolutely powerful.
Yeah, so
it
crucial.
Looks like an execution happening at the moment. It's going to see how Tux replies to this, because Tux did a wonderful job. Yeah, chucking that flash at exactly the perfect time. The CTs have stopped exactly in their tracks. So let's see how this execution goes at the moment. Tux, yeah, one down straight away down to Politics. Gets another nice frag there. Deacon does reply. Tux needs to get this frag. If he gets this frag, it should be an easy round for the CTs. Unfortunately, the M4 A1 Silence doesn't have as many bullets. Ring a Rosie running around as Dead Soul does smacked him down as well. It's all up to Bean, but Bean's going to go for a save here, Jeremy, mate. As what we'll do, now that CSGO's got all these cool features, we can open up this thing, a graph. Having a look at the team average
lovely,
here at the
isn't it?
moment. Just have a look at the damage for the people. Damage dealt. As you can see, the CT's main line is along here, and the T's main line's under here. Yep. But I mean, a lot of this stuff is pretty obvious.
Bring up that scoreboard for a bit. There we go.
Yeah,
have a nice look at that. CT is currently owning this map as it should be. I think CT is obviously having
it's
big
definitely
upper
a CT
advantage.
bias.
Yep.
Just watching it. Looks like Bean's going to go for a quick frag up here. He does get double-nated. He should be able to get a headshot. Oh no, but Opium City takes him down. A nice sharp shot. Tux is going to smoke, which is exactly what he should be doing. Just watching Sabo. He's getting a bit aggressive now. The CTs are definitely getting pretty cocky right now.
Yep.
As SJC does manage to get a frag though, even it up. I don't know if you guys can hear that in the background. I hope that's SJC. He's getting a little bit excited. Switching an execution here up on mid. Waiting to push through. Looks like the bomber is waiting in cover as well. Nice AWPing there by Keen yet again.
Potentially get 3 here. No, it's going to just retreat out back to the A site. It's got a fellow in pit here, so you're looking at this, I mean, T's are going to run into a wall of concrete right here. It's got 4 to tango with, all of them with AKs. Kane looking for that second pick in the round as T's here slowly pushing through carpets. And likewise, yep, all of them here are about to bail out onto this A site, and let's see what happens here. They've got that guy in pit to deal with. If they can take down him, as well as deal with the AWPer, they stand a good chance of getting the plant down. So Dead Soul here is potentially about to get a pick, maybe 2. Has he heard him on the side? No, he's finally going for the pick. Yes, he's latched onto it. Politics is down, but he's been taken out by D-Field. Kane there with the AWP, though, straight back onto SJC. So here we have it. Kane taken on Mr. D-Field. D-Field, where's he running around? He's on the side. He is about to poke him. Does do a bit of damage to him, so a bit of a tag coming out. But unfortunately for D-Field, he's got players closing in from all sides, and he gets wiped out by a little silence pistol there. So 7 rounds in the bag now to the CT side of things. And yeah, those T guys, their luck just isn't falling their way, is it, Chris?
Yeah, I'm honestly very surprised that the T's didn't actually run straight back down mid to B, because that's what they did before and it worked really well. But you know, to be honest, when you're losing 6-0, there's only 30 seconds left on the clock. You know, you're at a LAN. This is one of your first LANs as a team as well. You're going to be a little bit,
bit shaky,
up and down. These guys aren't a full team as well. They've got a few guys from a couple of different teams in here, but they have got experienced players that have been around for a while. Let's see what happens. Oh, Politics through the smoke. See you, mate. You can hear it coming out. As Tux just throws a flash at the wrong time. Doesn't get killed by the shotgun there. Should have been a Nova. Nova's the best. Just watching for Tux. Tux has to get a couple of frags. If he can get 2, he'll be able to win this round. Yes, Dean, he does get 1 frag out of B. And another one at SJC. Unfortunately gets sprayed down there by D-Field. But Keen, he's going to kill him as soon as he crosses. Oh, no, he's unscoping. Watching the nades coming in here at the moment. Sabo, Dead Soul. Politics, what those T's have to do right now is wait for a pick. If they get 2 picks, they can probably plant the bomb. If they get all 3 kills, well, they've just won the round, which is exactly what they need. But no, Sabo takes him down. Keen's just trying to search for that last one. D-Field's in a really terrible spot here at the moment, unfortunately. He's stuck here. As the spray doesn't quite work for him, Sabo takes him down. So, Jeremy, mate, Keen, AWPing sensation.
Yes. Kane, he's doing a great job. 12 for 1.
The T's really need to do something about this, right?
Pretty much.
Because, I mean, Keen...
What would you recommend for them to do here? I mean, they've tried, you know, a bit of the push and pull, feel their way through the map. Nothing's really worked for them. Do you reckon they should just go like a no-bars rush, or...? I
mean, what they need to do is they need to not get picked by him at the start, but he's not hitting his shots.
Yep.
You know, maybe if you pre-fight and stuff, he may be able to hit a few. But they're running into him in jungle quite a lot. They've taken B. Every time they've gone B, they've taken it. It's the rotate that's killed them every single time. So I think they really need to focus on faking B, faking A, so the double fake, and then going back to B, because that worked so well for them last time. They just need to hold the retake.
Yep.
That's all they need to do. And I think they'll be able to win the round. Because
Yep.
sometimes it's, you know, maybe it's like the best of the worst, if that makes sense. You know? So at least they can take it.
Here we
Try
go.
to hold it from there. Poor Bean though, 0 for 7, and he's on AHP currently. It's not
This
his
could
day.
be risky plays here again. Where's Kane at? That Orpa, he could have a field day in this
Watch the
round.
smoke. This one goes. I was in a very similar smoke to this. This one's going to be smoking off the Orpa, which is what they need to do, but too early.
late.
They peaked too early, and now they're running through the smoke as well.
Dear.
An interesting strategy. Let's hope it pays off. Except the
Ladies and gentlemen, when you're throwing smokes out
Lovely.
like that, you need to wait for them to drop. it's a
Come on, let's watch him.
thing.
Ringer Razor yet again. He's going to get smashed by a big black man from every side in a second. He's about to get shot in the back if he doesn't pick it up. Oh, the Orpa though. Unfortunately for him. I'm honestly not exactly sure what happened just then. They smoked off the Orpa pick before the smoke.
Yeah,
went
and
into it.
it's just maybe a lack of communication.
Yeah,
maybe
I think
some failure on that part.
Yeah,
but,
I think it's.
I mean,
again,
that could have gone well for them there if they had, waited for that smoke instead of pushing up and then obviously all being completely calmed and stuff.
Yep.
Could have potentially stood a chance in that last round here. So another rollout coming from the CTs. Where are the T's heading? That's what we want to know here. Bomb is currently just pushing in through to this mid area. Smokes and flashes in mid. So Kane's going to have a bit of a tough time here. They're going to push straight in. They're making lots of noise. They really don't give it F here. And boom, there we have it. Opium City's on the job. DM with the good old pistol. Sabo coming in from the side here. And the T's are falling like flies here. They're already down to 1. Bam, that's it. That's their push. And that wasn't anywhere near as delightful as I was hoping it was going to be. That smoke really, like, Chris, what's the deal with the smoke? They were just so frightened of the AWP that they wanted to chuck that one out, or?
I think the smoke didn't work properly. A pretty common strat with that one is you'll get you guys to run up second mid.
Yep.
That guy will flash mid exactly like he did. You'll smoke the right hand side.
Yeah,
of
try
mid,
and get it
then
around the
you'll-
corner
yeah,
instead
and then
of
you'll flash
bang
into the
smack in the
smoke,
middle.
and then you'll go jungle.
Yep.
But jungle's not going to work because the AWP is there. So I guess they meant to smoke jungle and just stuffed it up somehow.
Yep.
Bean once again getting naded down. That peak's not going too well for him. DM doing a bit of Kenny S. Bit of Kenny S action here at the moment. So once again, the T's are just going to play a little bit slow. Their hard pushes aren't working, as we've seen. I think, like I said, they just need a double fake. They need a double fake. They need to walk around the map, because what you can do as well is you can use the CT's confidence to your advantage. Because they're so confident, they're just rotating, running around, holding mouse 1, running backwards and
exactly
knifing
right.
the area and still getting kills. So what you have to do is use that confidence to get them, and either let them push into you, which is what happens all the time in MM when you're getting thrashed, just sit back and smack them down, or in this case, just psych them out by making them think they're amazingly smart. Looks like Keen's going to be rotating back to B. Oh, look at that. Perfect opening. Keen's rotating back to B. The pick has happened here. Let's see if DM can make some magic happen with this AWP. If DM can secure a frag with this AWP, the T should be able to win this round. Interesting plant spot though, going down there at the moment. Flash is going absolutely crazy into here. Let's see if D-Field pushes into my favourite spot in Boiler. Not quite. Doesn't love me today enough. Opium City's just walking out. Once again, the smoke happening. D-Field did manage to secure that frag. A spot that I don't necessarily agree with. Once again, he's out. If he can secure the frag, it doesn't matter in the end. As following on here at the moment, Tux gets taken down by D-Field. 10-1, that's a round for the T's. Jeremy.
Well done.
14-2 for Keen, the Keen train, and Bean. I hope Bean killed Keen. Because then I can write a poem about it and become famous on Cybergamer.
CG. Beautiful,
CG.
beautiful website. Here we go.
5.0.
Another round coming our way. Round 12. Here we are, following the T's. There's the scoreboard for you, ladies and gentlemen. You can have quite a good clear look at that. Kane currently topping for the CT side of things with that AWP doing so much damage through mid. We've got DM trying to get a spot onto me. Kane has opted for the old M4 here, so no AWPs coming out, I don't think, for CTs in this round. And SGC has smacked down Mr. Opium City in the side of carpets. But it's not going to be enough because Mr. What's his name here? Dead something or other. Dead Soul is straight back onto the job. Kane pushing in to into the lower boulder area. I presume it's called Politics, though, from the top side of carpets onto him with his AK-47. Lots of smoke here at the old Nana. And CT is currently on the back foot here. T's up with 4 men. Oh, the AWP's coming out.
Frag.
And he's unfortunately missed quite an easy shot there as Dead Soul is going off like a rocket inside of carpets. D-Field, though, does smack him down. But Bean is on the job here. So 1v3. Turn of events here. T might snap a second one in the bag here, Chris. As we have Tuxie trying to retake the side. He's taken down Bean there. at the good old arch as he now pushes in through the top of mid, coming in with an AK-47 here, making lots of noise as he goes here. What's he got to take on? It's basically AK v AK, successfully somehow naded himself there, so some really good nades coming out from Tux. That's what we like to see. He's pushing back down mid, so not going for the defuse, going for the old save. He's picked up the AWP and he's happy to keep it. There we go, another round. 2 Ts, well played to them in that one, pushing up through mid, and Carpet's doing a great job of securing that site and getting that plant down. But until let's bring up that scoreboard again here. And there we have it, D-Field. Who was it with the AWP for the Ts who was missed that nice easy shot?
DM. Yep. DM with the AWPs. Yeah, I mean, 12-3 isn't a too unexpected score for the CTs.
Yep.
It's definitely not where you want to be, because if you lose the pistol in the next 2, it's 13-3.
You're pretty much boned, aren't you?
Yeah, you're pretty much boned. But you can definitely come... Well, you can come back from 14-1, but 12-3 is definitely a respectable comeback.
Yep. You need to play like Majestical Soldiers if you're going to come back from a deficit like that.
You need to 8 mile that shit. Alright, so just watching the setup here at the moment. We're just going to jump into this cam again. So if you have a look at what's happening, basically, you can see B1nkY Build is shooting up through mid. The Ts are just going to be walking up to A. So, and SJC is going to be walking through carpet. So they might be doing the double fake. They could pump B here. SJC and DM could pump through mid. And then while D-Field and Bean wait through there.
Yep.
We used to have a strat that I used to play in Counter-Strike Source called the Eyeballers. And it was a very similar strat to this. It was taken off some strats from Netcode Illuminati and stuff. The Eyeballers strat was basically you fake B, you fake mid, and then you had a couple of smokes that went over from B, and you ran, I could draw, can't I? And you ran both of you players through here. You have a smoke that lands here, you'd have a smoke that lands like this area, and you could run straight
really
through.
psych out your opponents with it.
And that's exactly how we run the eyeball strat. And it looks like they're just chucking some flashes around. The Ts are playing really slow, but there's only 40 seconds left on the clock, so hopefully they're going to...
They do have the upper advantage here. If they do push into this B successfully and kill Tux, I mean, that's a clear, easy plant. The rotate's now coming out from CTs. They are flocking onto this side here. B needs to look towards coils, and he does so, but very late, and it's going to cost him his life here. Tux does survive, and that is very detrimental here to the T side. They're about to get absolutely walloped from this CT side of things here. And Bill is, I believe, the only man so far who's fragged the T. DM now standing with Politics on the side. They still haven't got that plant down. 10 seconds on the clock, and they're going to get swept off their feet. The coils goes down. Politics hits the deck. DM standing near the side, and he's just going to get orbed by Kane. And that was some terrible accuracy there from DM. Really had, you know, a good 3 seconds to pop a bullet into his opponent and couldn't convert. So 10-12 it is, Chris. And these CTs are quite literally having a field day here. Yeah,
unfortunately for DM, I think that was a winnable 1v3.
Yeah.
Obviously, he never had an advantage when you run B3, but I think it was winnable if he hit the first headshot. And then especially if the AWPer missed a shot because he was jumping with the jump penalty. But, you know, it happens. The Ts really need this last round, though. Definitely. They need this last round. Just jump up the scoreboard again. Keen just decimating. Nothing too surprising there whatsoever. Big shout out to Keen, actually. He's improved. I feel like he's improved a lot as a player. I started running this, like, this is the 4th TTHUB now that we're running at the moment. Number 1 was at 2bisq, and, you know, to be honest, Keen, I didn't really count him for much when we were playing against his Orphan Beats team then, but he's definitely gotten a lot better. So, amazing work. He's absolutely smashing here at the LAN, which is exactly what you want. Tux getting that first frag there onto DM. Tux opting for the M4 silenced. Just watching the setup here at the moment. D-Field not able to trade as well. For those who are new, trading is what you want to be doing. That means that if you're sitting behind your teammate as a T, or even as a CT, and your teammate dies, you go on a barrier in there for the kill, like, straight away. You want to Rambo Berserk, because that's going to even up the numbers. As CT and T, if you've got 4 versus 4, that's fine, you're in an advantage. Because the CT's actually rotate around. Just watching him frags here at the moment, though. He's got 3 kills. Dead Soul's just going to try to flush himself, unfortunately. See if D-Field can work some magic, rushing up through here. Venus get taken down. All up to D-Field. The delay on that shot. He does make that one. He does get by Keen, though. Last round, money situation. Not good whatsoever. Like I said, the Ts needed to win that last round.
Yep.
Let's see what they can do here at the moment. And so you guys know, Opium City is actually... I just had a mental blank. I even know what his face looks like. Sanctum.
Sanctum. I'm never going to remember that. Sure.
I just guessed because he always gets stupid names.
Gotcha.
And he's playing
Opium
for
City,
them.
definitely one of them.
I don't know, he's not the rest of them. Power of deduction, I am a genius. Watching the nade down here as well. The nade works yet again. DM though. Oh yes. Oh boy. DM. Just watch a frag here go down. Managed to get a bink there. B1nkY needs to make this. Oh, double shot there. Keen just gets a double kill. One through the other. And it's all up to DM, unfortunately. The second round by Sabo. 13-2, Jeremy. That's the half.
This is going to be excruciatingly difficult for
this is going to be really hard.
Them to make a big comeback from this. Because, I mean, you know, look at it from this perspective. They T wins 2 rounds here. And they're in a great position, you know. Mentally, the confidence is exceptionally high. You can see it in their play. They just got double kills with the Orps. I mean,
I expect to see a full-on rush.
Yep.
Like, you know, matchmaking style, run into B, get the headshots.
Have some fun, plant that bomb. Yep.
Yeah, I expect...
Crack open a beer and just hold it.
Crack open a coldie, too many VB boys, haha, lol, VB, you know how it goes. And see what they do. And look at this. They're just running up here.
Straight into A. They're going to have a party here as they all jump out.
It's a ballsy move. Yep. It is a ballsy move.
And look at that, the accuracy just terrible from the CTs. Exactly.
I'm trying to make that frag, spamming the Glock like nothing else. He can make it. Sorry, I didn't follow the rest of the action. I just had to watch that kill.
There we go. Politics coming out here.
Moment.
Yep. Politics coming around from the side of Arch. She's throwing out the old smoke. Is it going to be enough here? It's a 2v3 scenario. T though, just so strong in that accuracy. I mean, whoever the devil was on that side there missed at least a good 6 or 7 bullets from the dudes jumping off that good old balcony. Anyway, some pretty terrible stuff. 14-2 is the scoreline here. Let's bring up that scoreboard, of course. And, you know, T's, they now have the cash, you know. This is obviously another eco for the good old...
Did King 20 bomb that last half? I think you did.
Yep, pretty sure he did.
First game,
he's doing great.
Good for confidence. Definitely good for confidence.
Yep.
Sitting here. I'm not sure if it's telling you amount of frag, so it doesn't do quite a bit of damage, right? Damage dealer. So they're going to be an eco. If they P250, I'm not sure. P250 is what you want. It's got good accuracy, amazing accuracy. You can run and win people.
Yep.
It's got good armor penetration.
Is it going to be enough though? That's the question. First frag coming out in favour of the T here. If they secure this one, I mean, this game's pretty much done and dusted. Oh, beautiful shot there with the Desert Eagle up the old staircase of carpet and down B1nkY. He barely had a crack at that one. So, unfortunately, I hate to say, but this is a 5v3 scenario and CT is once again on the back foot. So, who have we got defending this side here?
Eagle's hungry. It's hungry.
It really is at the moment. Boom, here we go. Connects with his own teammate. That's brilliant. They've just been smashed up in the side of library here. Beautiful round from the T's here. And that is nice and easy. They even got the plant down. 15-2 is that scoreline. Bring up that scoreboard. Here we have it. Damn! Yeah, look at this. You have so many players on CT who are just negative on that scoreboard. 3 for 16 is... obviously not going to help you out too much at all here. As, you know, T's now pushing in through. They have all that cash. They really don't care. They're just going to have some fun. Throwing nades up through mid as they just pound up through this Nana area with 0 cares in the world. AK's up at the ready. They're about to launch a massive assault onto this side here. Flashes, smokes coming out. They've already fragged here. Use the SCG. So that's a bit of alright. Business coming on. Boils is down, unfortunately. Couldn't handle the firepower of 2 AK-47. And this is pretty much just an absolute cakewalk here. Shotgun Nova's trying to come in to reclaim that side. It's not going to go far though, as that accuracy unfortunately letting him down here. D-Field doing a lovely job from this go again. And boom. Actually, you know what? Politics has done it. CT secure a victory of the round there. So 15-3 it is, but it's not going to be enough, Chris. I'd like to see a Negev round come out. Just going to put that out there. Just some lulls.
We've almost got enough money for a Negev round. We could get there. CT's did a pretty good job then of picking off the T separately. What you never want to do in an anti-eco, which is what the T's did, is like, you know, run around and be separated.
Look for the frags.
So that's what happened, unfortunately. Just watching that nade go over. Just so you guys know, this is the direction the nade does go. It didn't work this time, but that's where it's supposed to go. It would have worked really well, actually. Would have worked fantastically. Just watching the guys here walking up the top of Nana at the moment. Tux, Dead Soul. Just trying to watch that entry frag here from Dead Soul. See if he can make it happen. They've heard him in sight. Here we go. Here comes the execution. The flashes are coming in. SAC. No, SAC had a nade out. Politics. 1-2. Triple kill. Just waiting for that fourth kill. Doesn't quite make it though. The new automatic pistol does manage to take him down. Great work by the T so far. DM's just coming here on the retake. Running through here is a very good spot. Just have a look where the Orphan Beats guys are set up. Dead Soul just gets taken down. And the Opium City does get a frag. Sanctum does get one down. He's got 2 more to kill. CT are picking him. unfortunately gets taken down for him by the CTs. Wonderful job there by Politics. Just so you guys know, he was boosted up here and just rained some Hail Marys down there. Unfortunately, SJC doing a bit of a amateur mistake and throwing the nade out. You know, I mean, it's a bit harsh, of course, but every now and then, you know, we got to point out to you guys what's going wrong and what needs to be improved on. And unfortunately, when people are rushing in, you can't afford to throw nades, and he knows that. I know that he knows that, so it's all right. It's going to work on it for the future. Just watching Opium City here. Wonder if he's going to go for a quick pick. Yeah, he's landing on the top of Nana. He's going to flash. He's going to go for that pick. No, he's just being smoked off. Once again, smoked off. Smoke lasts 15 seconds. CT, throw the second smoke.
Yep, that's 30 seconds of the round gone. Of the round entirely gone.
Straight away. GG.
It's beautiful straight. I love it. How to say that? Here we go. Slow push coming out here to this A side. Nice. Boom. DQ is on the job. Let's have a look at this setup here at the moment. Good setup. Been watching through the carpets. You got two guys on either side of the mid there. Wonderful. Keen just getting flash in for that pick. Let's see if he can make the pick. Opium City doing a great job. The other side, yes, Keen does get that one down. CT's peeking a little bit too much. Like I said, it is a good setup, but if there's an AWPer, the whole game changes. Yeah.
So it looks like they're just going to be pushing in at the moment. Dead Soul's smashing his way through carpets, stomping like an elephant. Very low though. The bomb could get dropped in carpets, which is something you definitely don't want. Let's see if that happens. He does manage to flash the enemy though, searching for that frag. Does take him down. Politics in the lead.
Being there just needs to man up. He needs to at least have a smack at his opponents, but unfortunately just gets taken out here. So Politics got a really big job ahead of him here. It's a 3v1 scenario. The plant has just gone down on A side here, so he's coming around with his M4 up at the ready. He's got two, one in pit, and one I think far off to his right. He's just slowly creeping around here. He's going to get one, he's going to get two. No, he's not. He's failed to convert on that second player here. He knows that player's in pit, and he's taken down pit successfully as well. Spots his player running off, fakes the defuse. Probably shouldn't be shouting so loud, but anyway, it doesn't really matter here. So boom, there we have it. 16-4 coming on out. Opium City, aka Sanctum, having some good fun times there, and that is the GGs as they roll out. So well played there to Keen. That orb just absolutely destroying his opponents, and GG, well played. Chris, final thoughts and summation on that one?
Yeah, I mean, in the end, I guess. In the end, I guess I mean that the T's just got psyched out. I think they were running those good strats at the start, and you know, they weren't in the end, I guess. Like, you know, it's not a crazy analysis by me, but what else can I say, really? You know, when the scoreline was sitting around that kind of area, there's not much else I can say about the situation. Like, obviously, a lot of the T's, because they're a bit shaky, their aim wasn't on point. You know, you saw a lot of crap spraying, you know, no clean, like, 3D aiming, like, headshots and stuff like that.
Yep.
So, you know, that issue happened a bit. But I think in the end, they just psyched themselves out a lot. They had some good strats running. They had some good stuff going. They couldn't hold the retakes. The CTs were just played.
Exactly. They'd get the plant down on that B bomb site, but unfortunately, they'd get smashed from the rear, and there wasn't much they could do about it.
Getting smashed from the rear isn't something that you don't always want to happen.
Exactly.
Yeah. But Keen obviously was massively on point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Keen was massive.
Every time they pushed up mid to try and go A, he was there having a
a great old time.
Exactly.
Sitting in just picking off those frags. So guys, what we're going to do is we're just going to jump to a quick break, and we'll be casting the next back very soon. Once again, make sure you guys go to facebook.com/ThermalTakeAU. We will be doing a few giveaways on there.
Some nice,
should be brilliant.
some nice little prizes.
Make sure you support your sponsors as well. You can see their logos. There's TD up
it's
there.
Up there, yeah.
This way.
That's it.
That way. There's
everywhere.
Mid-City Performance Gaming. We'll be giving away performancegaming.com.au vouchers a little bit later as well.
Nice.
Once again, my name is Chris Mayer Smith. This is Jeremy Spud Tate from the one and only SYF Gaming. Thanks for joining us for the first match, guys.
See you in a
we'll
few
be back
minutes.
with you soon.
Yeah.
We are running on time.
It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
See you guys soon.